to welcome our national nominees, your guests, and the dignitaries who are joining us. Welcome to the first ever White House National Science Foundation virtual announcement ceremony for the 2020 awardees of the Presidential Awards for Excellence in Mathematics and Science Teaching, affectionately known as PAEMST, and the Presidential Awards for Excellence in Science, Mathematics, and Engineering Mentoring, which we call PAESMEM. The White House and NSF are delighted to welcome everyone to this unique presentation. Our ceremony this afternoon will begin with remarks from three dignitaries who together have been champions of these two award programs. It is my pleasure to introduce our first of three speakers. Dr. Karen Maringell, the NSF Assistant Director and Manager of its Education and Human Resources Directorate. Both teacher and mentor award programs are administered through her NSF Directorate on behalf of the White House. Dr. Maringell joined the National Science Foundation in 2018, and she leads the Directorate in supporting research that enhances learning and teaching to achieve excellence in U.S. science, technology, engineering, and mathematics education. Prior to joining NSF, Karen was Dean of the College of Liberal Arts and Sciences at Portland State University, where she oversaw 24 departments and programs across the humanities, social sciences, and natural sciences, as well as being a professor of mathematics and statistics. Prior to her appointment as Dean, she held positions as the Vice Chancellor for Academic Strategies and Assistant Vice Chancellor for Academic Standards and Collaboration with the Oregon University System. Karen earned her doctoral degree in mathematics education from the University of New Hampshire. Please join me in a virtual welcome to Karen Maringell. Karen, it's all yours.
Thank you, Bob, so very much. You and your team have done a wonderful job of organizing the first ever virtual announcement of the White House Presidential Awardees. I want to take a moment to acknowledge your work, Bob, and the work of your team for all that has made today's event possible. And I'd like to acknowledge Yvonne McElwain, Maurice Dews, Emily Follett, and Jim Colby. Thank you to you all. Good afternoon and welcome everyone to this unique ceremony in which the White House and the National Science Foundation honor recipients of our nation's most prestigious awards for teachers and mentors. Congratulations to each of the awardees on such a significant accomplishment. Before proceeding, both the White House and NSF staff realize that our joy in honoring the awardees is tempered by the difficult times facing our country. And so we want to use this moment to remember those who have passed away during the COVID-19 pandemic, perhaps not knowing that a loved one or friend is here today and is being recognized for their accomplishments. Over the 37 years of the Presidential Teaching Awards and the 25 years of the Presidential Mentoring Awards, it has been an honor for NSF to administer both programs on behalf of the White House. Customarily, we have always held in-person ceremonies, and we are presently engaged in what is hopeful planning to have the awardees come to a traditional DC at some point in the future, when it is safe to do so. This afternoon, we welcome more than 300 attendees at this ceremony. 122 awardees, including their special guests, who join them in their time of recognition as exemplars in their professions. Also with us this afternoon are state-level officials who administer the Teachers' Awards in their respective states and jurisdictions, a number of members of the United States Congress who will share messages today, federal government officials, and numerous national science, technology, engineering, and mathematics organizations. The individuals we are honoring today worked hard to reach this plateau. Applications for both awards are competitive and peer-reviewed, a process that requires deep thinking and determination in order to arrive at this moment. And to our awardees, I would like to say that as you leave this ceremony today, your lives are forever changed. You are a presidential awardee. Your practice has been recognized at the highest possible levels in our country. Our program begins with opening remarks by the Director of the National Science Foundation, followed by the Director of the White House Office of Science and Technology Policy, the Honorable Kelvin Drobmeyer. Now it is my pleasure to introduce our first speaker, the 15th Director of the National Science Foundation, Dr. Sethuraman Panchanathan, or Panch for short. Dr. Panch is a nationally renowned electrical and computer scientist and engineer. He assumed his role as NSF Director on June 23rd of this year. Dr. Panch previously served as the Executive Vice President of Arizona State University, where he was the Knowledge Enterprise Development and Chief Research and Innovation Officer. He was also Director of the university's Center for Cognitive Ubiquitous Computing Foundation and Chair and Professor in the School of Computing, Informatics, and Decision Systems Engineering. Dr. Panch is the author of more than 450 professional papers with specific contributions toward machine and human interaction. And he is a former member of the National Science Board, the governing body of the National Science Foundation. Please join me in welcoming Director Panchanathan.
Thank you very much, Karen. That's wonderful and great to hear your comments. Good afternoon to our remarkable awardees, their families and guests. This is one of my first official activities as Director of the National Science Foundation, and I'm so pleased to take part. I want to welcome Dr. Kelvin Drobmeyer, who is the Director of the White House Office of Science and Technology Policy. Thank you for joining us, Kelvin. Your participation distinguishes us all. And good afternoon to the congressional representatives and staff who are joining us today. It is your support that makes it possible for NSF to conduct these awards. And today, we can see how Congress's investment in science and engineering are paying off by fostering great talent throughout the science and technology community. Congratulations to our awardees. I offer you my sincere congratulations. These are the highest honors that our government can bestow for your critical work that is the foundation of the scientific enterprise. We honor you because you are a driving force behind our nation's scientific progress and leadership. You make it possible for the United States to be the home to groundbreaking discoveries and transformational advances in technology. Teaching and mentoring are venerable vocations. They are key to the success of our nation and to the future of discovery and innovation. Your contributions are the best examples for others to follow, and we are proud to honor your accomplishments today. Thank you so much for all that you do. As I said, we are extremely proud of your accomplishments. Now, I am pleased to introduce my colleague, and I'm privileged to call my friend, Dr. Kelvin Drobmeyer. Dr. Drogemeyer is a distinguished scientist and currently serves as a Director of the Office of Science Technology Policy, where he coordinates and advances scientific priorities across federal agencies. He is a tireless champion for science and technology over many decades. Previously, Dr. Drogemeyer served on the National Science Board from 2004 to 2016. I've had the pleasure of serving with him on the National Science Board when our terms overlapped. He was the vice chair of the board during that time. I saw firsthand his dedication and passion for advancing the nation's leadership in science and engineering. And in his perch as the director of OSTP, he's doing that with even more vigor and intensity, and we are so proud to have him lead our OSTP. Dr. Drogemeyer also served as acting director of NSF during our transition earlier this year. It was a critical moment in which NSF was simultaneously pivoting staff to remote work and activating its critical resources to help fight the COVID-19 pandemic. Thanks to Dr. Drobmeyer's leadership, NSF was able to meet both challenges brilliantly and provide nearly uninterrupted service to the research community during that difficult time. It is indeed an honor and a pleasure to welcome Dr. Drogemeyer.
do as educators, imparting knowledge, teaching people how to continue learning, that's very important, and helping them along life's path. Not only in the learning, but also helping them address the many circumstances, that confront them day by day. That's why I became a teacher myself 35 years ago. It's so incredibly fulfilling. And some of the most memorable experiences I have as a teacher weren't in the classroom, they weren't in projects or grading papers. They were when people came to my office and they had a problem, and I was able to help them with it and just really mentor them along through some of life's great challenges. So I know where your hearts are. I just thank you so very much for what you're doing. And as you know, these awards are the nation's highest honor that recognize these tremendous contributions in teaching and mentoring. And the work that you do in quality instruction and mentoring your students, in spite of all the challenging circumstances we're going through, especially today, it really shows the flexibility you have, the mindset that you have to really help grow individuals, help solve problems, and help adapt them to future challenges. And all those skills are so important for your students in order to be successful in the STEM workforce of today and in the future. And I just want you to know, here at the White House, the Trump administration is from very early in the administration, it's made STEM education a priority. There are 17 different federal agencies that fund STEM ed programs. There are about 175 of those programs. And in fiscal 2020, there was over $3.7 billion of funding provided to this program. And a couple of years ago, we released out of OSTP in the White House a program, kind of a roadmap in federal STEM education as our strategic plan. What was really wonderful about this was it began with getting the entire community together, teachers, parents, students, administrators, principals, superintendents, people from every state and territory came to Washington, about 160 or 70 folks, and said, where do we want to go as a nation? We're not having the federal government control local school districts or anything like that, but where do we want to go as a nation? And let's think as a nation how we get there, working together, but then aligning to this plan. And the plan really was very exciting because it had three components. One is strong foundations for STEM literacy in society. We really, as members of society, really have to be literate in STEM in our own right. Very, very important second pillar is increasing diversity, equity, inclusion in STEM. We're not where we need to be. A lot of investments have been made, but this plan, in my mind, over 35 years that I've been in higher education, I'm not seeing a plan that comes anywhere close to this one as being effective. So we're executing this plan, and I feel that we're really going to make progress there. And then finally, very importantly, the STEM workforce for the future. And that's, of course, one of the most important things that you're contributing to. So each and every one of you are contributing, you're aligning with that plan, and you're achieving your own goals in your own way, using your own unique resources. And so I just want to let you know that we cherish you. We really support you. We want to empower you, and especially today, we want to recognize you for the extraordinary work you do. Please know that when you're going into your office, you're going into a room to meet with a student, you're like, gee, I've had a bad day. Is this really making any difference? I want you to know it absolutely is making a huge difference, not only in the life of those individuals, which is extremely important, but also in the life of our nation. So congratulations to each of you. Thank you for your tremendous work. And I want to end by thanking a few other folks who made this event possible. Bob Means, Program Director Bob, extraordinary work. Karen Maringell, who you heard from, a wonderful, wonderful leader. She's at NSF, the Director for Education and Human Resources. The whole NSF East Awards team, but I want to thank somebody especially who's sitting next to me in my office, and that's Christina of OSTP. She has a passion for this activity, and of course, extremely hard that we had a big backlog of these awards. A couple of years ago, we cleaned out that whole backlog, got folks the recognition they deserve. And Grace, working with her colleagues at NSF and other agencies, done a really extraordinary job. So I want to thank them and acknowledge their work. Their hearts are exactly where ours are. They realize the important work you do. And so I just want to end by thanking you so much. I hope you have a great rest of the day, a great event here. Looking forward to hearing some of the comments. And again, just go forward and Godspeed to all of you and all the great work you do. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Dr. Droegemeier, and thank you, Ponch and Karen, for all your welcome. The three dignitaries that came in, we appreciate very much your attendance here to kick off the event. We also have several congressional representatives and some federal agency partners who wanted to congratulate you. So we've got a little video we'd like to show you right now, and we're gonna roll that right now.
What's awesome, Owen?
Teachers.
Yes, teachers are awesome.
You know what else is awesome?
What else?
Science and engineering.
Yes, that's right. Teachers and science and engineering are all awesome. And the only thing more awesome is a teacher winning national recognition for being great in engineering and science. Congratulations.
Hi, this is Diana Elder. I'm Division Director for the Division of Human Resource Development. I want to congratulate you on your award. I want to thank you for all the hard work that you do every day, and I want to wish you all the very best in your future endeavors.
Congratulations to this year's Presidential Awardees. At the United States Patent and Trademark Office, we know that the future of our nation depends on our youth, who are tomorrow's creators, inventors, and entrepreneurs. Thank you for everything you do to motivate, educate, and inspire our students. Keep up the great work.
Hello, I'm Kim Barrett, Director of the Division of Graduate Education at the NSF. And I'm very pleased to have this opportunity to congratulate all of the winners of the Excellence Awards in Science and Engineering. Whether you're being recognized as a mentor or a teacher, you are an incredibly important contributor to our pipeline of excellent STEM talent in the United States. So congratulations again.
Hello, I'm Congressman Michael Guest, and I would like to congratulate you on your significant achievement. Our nation is grateful for your dedication in inspiring and influencing our children to grow into future leaders.
The Smithsonian and the Smithsonian Science Education Center would like to congratulate the Presidential Awards for Excellence in Science, Mathematics, and Engineering Mentoring, as well as the Presidential Awards for Excellence in Mathematics and Science Teaching. Congratulations.
Hi, my name is Mike Kincaid and I work at NASA headquarters. All of my colleagues want to join in and say congratulations on what a great accomplishment. We know that the work we do this summer couldn't be done without the students that you're teaching and educating for our future. As we get ready to send the first woman and the next man back to the moon, we know that it's going to take all of us to be part of that. Thank you for the important role that you play.
I want to congratulate all the great teachers that have won awards for the Presidential Science Awards and the EASE program. I want to thank all of our teachers in general for what you do for our kids day in and day out. It's been a hard year, and I know how hard you work to make sure our kids are prepared for adulthood. The STEM programs are so important, and this award recognizes those who have achieved excellence in these programs. So again, congratulations to our teachers and all those teachers from NE02 that serve our schools so well.
Hello, this is Congressman Buddy Carter. Thank you so much for allowing me to speak to you today through this video message. I want to congratulate all of the exceptional teachers who have been awarded the Presidential Awards for Excellence in Science, Mathematics, and Engineering Mentoring, and the Presidential Awards for Excellence in Mathematics and Science Teaching, especially those from the 1st District of Georgia. I'm so honored to be able to join you today for this fantastic event that brings together amazing people. Congratulations again, and God bless you all.
Hello, teachers and mentors. We at the U.S. Geological Survey
really appreciate what you do to engage
and support the next generation of STEM professionals.
As you receive this presidential award,
congratulations from USGS.
Hello, I'm Congressman John Rutherford, and I want to offer my congratulations to all of today's award recipients. And I want to thank all those teachers out there who work so hard every day teaching the next generation. And I want to thank the National Science Foundation for making this all possible, and I certainly hope to be able to celebrate with you next year.
Congratulations to you from NOAA for winning this prestigious presidential award. NOAA is dedicated to understanding and predicting changes in climate, weather, oceans, and coasts, and sharing that knowledge with others to support informed decision-making. Please contact me, Louisa Koch, Director of Education, if you want to know more about us. It would be an honor to support you.
Congratulations to Utah's 4th Congressional District winner of this distinguished award. Your commitment to Utah students inspires our state's and our nation's future leaders. Thank you.
So we'd like to thank all the congressional representatives and the federal agency partners for their welcome to you and their congratulations to you. And I think we could go on with a video like that, but we really wanted to give you a sense of just how broadly this award is thought of, and how the Office of Science and Technology Policy at the White House supports and puts this award forward. So I want to get to the meat and potatoes of the ceremony. We're coming up on the announcement of the winners from each of 50 states and 4 U.S. jurisdictions. And we're going to have the readers for those awards be Diana Elder and Michelle Camacho. So I'd like to say a little bit about each of them. Diana Elder is the Division Director for the NSF Division of Human Resource Development and is a former Program Director in the Division of Biological Infrastructure. She joined NSF from the Northern Arizona University, where she served as Associate Dean for Academic Affairs in the College of the Environment, Forestry, and Natural Resources, and Associate Professor in the School of Earth and Sustainability. Her research is aimed at understanding the long-term variability of sediment flux and landscape change in arid lands as a response to low-amplitude climate change. She's conducted research on paleoclimate, paleohydrology, and geomorphology of the Death Valley region. She has been a lead on projects to broaden participation in STEM fields, has been actively involved in mentoring students from groups traditionally underrepresented in STEM, including Native American students from the Navajo Nation. Michelle M. Camacho is the Acting Deputy Division Director in the Division of Human Resource Development and is a former Program Director in the Division of Undergraduate Education. She joined NSF as a visiting scientist and engineering educator from the University of San Diego. Her research examines students' persistence and success in STEM education, institutional transformation, and faculty development. A bilingual, bicultural Latina educator, Camacho brings over 30 years of experience in higher education, advocating for access and equity in higher education for underrepresented groups and first-generation college students. So with that said, I'm going to turn it over to Diana Elder, who is going to begin reading our awardees. We can't wait.
Good afternoon. The first is Jesse Gaines from Alabama in the area of mathematics from Bob Jones High School, Madison, Alabama. Pamela Hamilton from Alabama in the area of science from Spain Park High School, Hoover, Alabama. Tricia Turley from Alaska in the area of mathematics from Anderson School, Anderson, Alaska. Chula Mole from Alaska in the area of science, Mount Edgecombe High School, Sitka, Alaska. Lene Baum from Arizona in the area of mathematics from Campo Verde High School, Gilbert, Arizona. Christine Mendoza from Arizona in the area of science, Las Brisas Academy, Goodyear, Arizona. Melody Murray from Arkansas in the area of mathematics, Pocahontas High School, Pocahontas, Arkansas. Mary Hatch from Arkansas in the area of science, Harrison Middle School, Harrison, Arkansas. Brian Shea from California in the area of mathematics, Canyon Crest Academy, San Diego, California. Janice Coonrod from California in the area of science, Bishop O'Dowd High School, Oakland, California. Linda Cochran from Colorado in the area of mathematics, Altona Middle School, Longmont, Colorado. Erin Greenwood from Colorado in the area of science, Nevin Plott Middle School, Boulder, Colorado. Stephanie Cortoro from Connecticut in the area of mathematics, Jared Elliott Middle School, Clinton, Connecticut. Christopher Newland from Connecticut in the area of science, David Worcester Middle School, Stratford, Connecticut. Eileen Boltz from Delaware in the area of mathematics, the Charter School of Wilmington, Wilmington, Delaware. Jordan Estock from Delaware in the area of science, Concord High School, Wilmington, Delaware. Ashley Kearney from District of Columbia, mathematics, Ron Brown College Preparatory High School, Washington, District of Columbia. William Stafford from District of Columbia, mathematics, E.L. Haynes Public Charter School, Washington, District of Columbia. Alicia Durham from Department of Defense Education Activity in mathematics, Fort Campbell High School, Fort Campbell, Kentucky. Anna Sansone from Department of Defense Education Activity in the area of science, Vicenza Middle School, APO, Armed Forces, Europe. Becky Bride from Florida in the area of mathematics, Palm Harbor University High School, Palm Harbor, Florida. Scott Sowell from Florida in the area of science, Darnell Cookman Middle High School, Jacksonville, Florida. Pamela Hightower from Georgia in the area of mathematics, Carrollton Junior High School, Carrollton, Georgia. Megan Heberly from Georgia in the area of science, Islands High School, Savannah, Georgia. Christy Yamamoto from Hawaii in the area of mathematics, Henry J. Kaiser High School, Honolulu, Hawaii. Tessie Ford from Hawaii in the area of science, Waipahu High School, Waipahu, Hawaii. Jared Morehouse from Idaho in the area of mathematics, Timberline High School, Boise, Idaho. David Sladkey from Illinois in the area of mathematics, Naperville Central High School, Naperville, Illinois. Tanya Katovich from Illinois in the area of science, Hoffman Estates High School, Hoffman Estates, Illinois. Angela Snyder from Indiana in the area of mathematics, Creekside Middle School, Carmel, Indiana. Kirsten Milks from Indiana in the area of science, Bloomington High School South, Bloomington, Indiana. Sharon Jaxie from Iowa in the area of mathematics, Southeast Valley High School, Gowrie, Iowa. Bradley Jacobson from Iowa in the area of science, Central Academy, Des Moines, Iowa. Luke Hienke from Kansas in the area of mathematics, Columbus Unified High School, Columbus, Kansas. Margaret Richard from Kansas in the area of science, Summit Trail Middle School, Olathe, Kansas. Tori Martin from Kentucky in the area of mathematics, J. Graham Brown School, Louisville, Kentucky. Carrie Medor, Kentucky, science, Central High School, Louisville, Kentucky. Margaret Acree from Louisiana in mathematics, Sterling High School, Monroe, Louisiana. Paula Callender, Louisiana in the area of science, Natchitoches Central High School, Natchitoches, Louisiana. Robin Graziano from Maine in the area of mathematics, Maranacook Community High School, Reedfield, Maine. John Cangliosi from Maine in the area of science, Bangor High School, Bangor, Maine. Stacy Marvin from Maryland in the area of mathematics, Hammond Middle School, Laurel, Maryland. Hemada Baskaren from Maryland in the area of science, James M. Bennett High School, Salisbury, Maryland. Jedediah Williams from Massachusetts in the area of mathematics, Nantucket High School, Nantucket, Massachusetts. Douglas Scott from Massachusetts in the area of science, Hopkinton High School, Hopkinton, Massachusetts. Theodore Emsch from Michigan in the area of mathematics, Pioneer High School, Ann Arbor, Michigan. Holly Hero from Michigan in the area of science, Liam Thurston High School, Redford, Michigan. Jessica Mackin from Minnesota in the area of mathematics, Hiawatha Collegiate High School, Minneapolis, Minnesota. Eric Freiberg from Minnesota in the area of science, Henry Sibley High School, Mendota Heights, Minnesota. Shani Bourne from Mississippi in the area of science, Hancock High School, Kiln, Mississippi. LaShondra Young from Mississippi in the area of science, Germantown High School, Madison, Mississippi. Jessica Haskins from Missouri in the area of mathematics, Webster Groves High School, Webster Groves, Missouri. Elegant Kramer from Missouri in the area of science, Parkway North High School, St. Louis, Missouri. Mary McMahon from Montana in the area of mathematics, Helena High School, Helena, Montana. Robert Jensen from Montana in the area of science, Hellgate High School, Missoula, Montana. Deborah Bulin from Nebraska in the area of mathematics, Thayer Central Community Schools, Hebron, Nebraska. Amy Lissing from Nebraska in the area of science, Zoo Academy, Omaha, Nebraska. Jody Cunningham from Nevada in the area of mathematics, Valley High School, Las Vegas, Nevada. Richard Skoggy from Nevada in the area of science, Del Webb High School, Henderson, Nevada. Michelle Morton Curett from New Hampshire in the area of mathematics, Exeter High School, Exeter, New Hampshire. Susan Downer from New Hampshire in the area of science, Sauhegan High School, Amherst, New Hampshire.
Jennifer Fitzgerald from New Jersey in the area of mathematics from Memorial Middle School in Point Pleasant, New Jersey. Alessandra McFarlane from New Jersey in the area of science, Hillsborough Middle School, Hillsborough Township, New Jersey. Jessica Esquivel from New Mexico in the area of mathematics from Taft Middle School in Albuquerque, New Mexico. Melody Hageman from New Mexico in the area of science from Centennial High School in Las Cruces, New Mexico. Christina Pawlowski from New York in the area of mathematics, Comac High School in Comac, New York. Kelly Jacob Muller from New York in the area of science, Riverside High School, Yonkers, New York. Tyler Erb from North Carolina in the area of mathematics, Community House Middle School in Charlotte, North Carolina. Jill Francis from North Carolina in the area of science, Chase High School in Forest City, North Carolina. Kimberly Carpenter from North Dakota in the area of mathematics, Jamestown High School in Jamestown, North Dakota. Jessica Gregerson from North Dakota in the area of mathematics, Valley City Junior Senior High School, Valley City, North Dakota. Carolyn Petit from Ohio in the area of mathematics, Chagrin Falls High School, Chagrin Falls, Ohio. Jeremy Secar from Ohio in the area of science, Elyria High School, Elyria, Ohio. Bridget Minden from Oklahoma in the area of mathematics, Central High Public School in Marlow, Oklahoma. Cheryl Fentress from Oklahoma in the area of science, Bartlesville High School, Bartlesville, Oklahoma. Jason Galbraith from Oregon in the area of science. Sunset High School in Portland, Oregon. Corinne Henderson from Oregon in the area of science. Park Rose High School in Portland, Oregon. Susan Matthias from Pennsylvania in the area of mathematics from Kennett Middle School in Landenberg, Pennsylvania. William Macwaters from Pennsylvania in the area of science. Octorara Area Senior High School in Atlin, Pennsylvania. Ruth Caraballo from Puerto Rico in the area of mathematics, Central School of Visual Arts, San Juan, Puerto Rico. Yamitza Rosas Rodriguez from Puerto Rico in the area of mathematics, Dr. Carlos Gonzalez High School in Aguada, Puerto Rico. Robert Main from Rhode Island in the area of mathematics, Cherano Regional High School, Wood River Junction, Rhode Island. Jane Ramos from Rhode Island in the area of science at Vincent J. Gallagher Middle School in Smithfield, Rhode Island. Jenny Van Buren from South Carolina in the area of mathematics, Powdersville High School in Greenville, South Carolina. David DeGinhart from South Carolina in the area of science, Ridgeview High School in Columbia, South Carolina. Carla Dede from South Dakota in the area of mathematics from Harrisburg South Middle School in Harrisburg, South Dakota. Denise Clemens from South Dakota in the area of science from Northwestern in Millette, South Dakota. Uget Williams from Tennessee in the area of mathematics, Sevier County High School in Sevierville, Tennessee. Billy Long from Tennessee in the area of science, Cleveland High School in Cleveland, Tennessee. Bridget Matamoros Mota from Texas in the area of mathematics, from John Geyer High School in Denton, Texas. Catherine Fincher from Texas in the area of science, from Amarillo High School in Amarillo, Texas. Dymphnia Pauline San Nicolas Diaz, U.S. territories in the area of mathematics, Turgeon High School, Barrigada, Guam. Lolly Toon Deal from U.S. territories in the area of science, F.B. Leon Guerrero Middle School, Gigo, Guam. Natalie Darrington from Utah in the area of mathematics, Juab Junior High School in Nephi, Utah. David Morrill from Utah in the area of science, Jordan High School in Sandy, Utah. Jennifer Wood from Vermont in the area of mathematics, from Waterford School in Waterford, Vermont. Philip Sirks from Vermont in the area of science, South Burlington High School in South Burlington, Vermont. Aziz Zahrawi from Virginia in the area of mathematics, from Churchville High School in Portsmouth, Virginia. Myron Blaser from Virginia in the area of science, Harrisonburg High School in Harrisonburg, Virginia. Carol McKay from Washington in the area of mathematics, Capitol High School in Olympia, Washington. Amy Peterson from Washington in the area of science, College Place Middle School in Linwood, Washington. Karen Donathan from West Virginia in the area of mathematics, George Washington High School in Charleston, West Virginia. Angela Ann McKean from West Virginia in the area of science, Notre Dame High School, Clarksburg, West Virginia. Katie Haas from Wisconsin in the area of mathematics, Edgar Middle School in Edgar, Wisconsin. Karen Olson from Wisconsin in the area of science, Baraboo High School in Baraboo, Wisconsin. Jennifer Kelly from Wyoming in the area of mathematics, from Jackson Hole High School in Jackson, Wyoming. Amy Kay from Wyoming in the area of science, Thermopolis Middle School in Thermopolis, Wyoming. Congratulations to all the Presidential Excellence Awardees in Teaching. Next, we'll turn to the Presidential National Awardees for Excellence in Mentorship. First up, we have Overtoon Jenda from Auburn University in Auburn, Alabama. Olivia A. Graeve from the University of California in San Diego, located in La Jolla, California. Next up, Paul Charles from U.S. Naval Research Laboratory in Washington, District of Columbia. Mulatu Lema from Savannah State University in Savannah, Georgia. William Earl McHenry from Mississippi E-Center at Jackson State in Jackson, Mississippi. Marie T. Mora from the University of Missouri in St. Louis, located in St. Louis, Missouri. Angela Wadingernis from the University of New Mexico Health Sciences in Albuquerque, New Mexico. Sheldon Weinbaum from the City College of New York in New York, New York. Joe Cecil from Oklahoma State University in Stillwater, Oklahoma. Maria Cristina Villalobos from the University of Texas, Rio Grande Valley in Edinburgh, Texas. John Hatherill from Del Mar College in Corpus Christi, Texas. Eve Ann Riskin from the University of Washington in Seattle, Washington. And now for the organizational awards. First up, Mathematical Sciences Research Institute, represented by David Eisenbud in Berkeley, California. Next, the National Cancer Institute at Frederick, represented by Sarah Hook in Frederick, Maryland. And finally, the Hispanic Inspiring Students Performance and Achievement, represented by Yvonne Diaz-Clays in Princeton, New Jersey. Congratulations to all the awardees on this momentous occasion, and thank you to all the organizers and speakers. And now we'll turn to James Colby for the alumni welcome.
Ladies and gentlemen, James Colby of the EASE Award Program at the National Science Foundation. Before you go to your breakout conversations, I just want to take the opportunity on behalf of the agency and the White House Office of Science and Technology Policy to tell you that in less than half an hour, you have graduated from being only a national nominee. You have crossed a bridge into an entirely different space. To say that your professional and personal lives have been changed would be an understatement. To emphasize that point, we'll have brief remarks from two former awardees to give you a hint as to that bridge you have just crossed. Our first former awardee is Kendra Pullen, and I believe we have a slide for Kendra. Kendra from the great state of Louisiana. She is a fourth grade mathematics teacher at Riverside Elementary in Caddo Parish, Louisiana. She is the 2008 K-6 Science Awardee. Welcome, Kendra.
Thank you so much. Well, hello, awardees, and congratulations. What an honor it is to be able to celebrate with you today. You are all amazing and accomplished, and it's really exciting that you are being celebrated for all of your efforts. Thank you for all that you do for our students and school communities. When I received my award in 2008, I was overwhelmed by the accomplished and outstanding educators who were a part of my cohort. I specifically remember at one point thinking, as I looked at all of my colleagues from around our great nation, that somebody must have made a mistake because I don't think that I was supposed to be there. And I was just some elementary teacher from Louisiana who was like aggressively passionate about little kids learning science. And it took me some time to actually believe that I was good enough to receive such a prestigious award. And I want to go ahead and tell you that you deserve this. You deserve to be acknowledged for all of the hard work that you've done, the extracurricular activities you've participated in, all of the sporting events you've attended, all of the clubs you've sponsored, all of the committees you've been a part of, all of the PDs, all of the grants you've written, all of the pushback you've given when you stood for what you believed was right for kids, and all of the amazing things that you've done in the classroom and for your school community. All of that has led you to this point. And so I have some good news for you. You're not done yet. When I was honored in 2008, I had no clue of the opportunities that would open up for me. Things like writing for the National Science Teachers Association. I didn't think I could do it, but they believed in me. Being asked to be on the board of science education for the National Academies of Sciences, Engineering, and Medicine. Being able to have my voice heard on an advisory board for the National Science Foundation's STEM Advisory Council, and even being asked for my expertise in my own district about giving young kids time to learn science. So because of this award, I got the confidence to do things like write more grants and fight for elementary time for us to have quality science instruction time for elementary. And so I truly believe that this opportunity, that this award, the opportunities opened up for me because of it. And so when I say that you're not done, what I mean is that you're going to find doors are going to open for you. And I want you to walk through them. Because now more than ever, our country needs you. We need you to share your knowledge and expertise and your wisdom from practice so that you can enhance and elevate our profession. You have something valuable that we can all learn from. So please share. I'm excited to see what you all are going to do next. So again, thank you for all that you do. Congratulations, and you are worthy of this award.
Many thanks, Kendra. And now for the former awardee for the PAESMEM Mentoring Award. And Laura Bottomley in 2007 won the individual award, particularly for her work in establishing at North Carolina State University its first Women in Engineering program. And her pipeline model for mentoring is now adopted at universities all across the United States. And there could be no greater testament to the power of a presidential award than watching Laura's work being replicated all around the country. Greetings, Laura, and say something uplifting for all of us. I know you will.
Thank you, Jim. Wow, you gave me chills all over again. That was kind of nice. I should maybe call you more often. So I also want to add my congratulations to you all that have received your awards today. It's a little different when we're all separated like this, but at this time in our lives, I think we all understand that the importance of science and mathematics and engineering is definitely obvious to everybody in the world. I mean, who on earth would have understood how many people would understand what an exponential curve looks like? I told them that it was important a long time ago, and now they know. I want you to understand, as I think you've already heard, that today is not an end. It is not a time for self-congratulation and to rest on your, okay, a little bit of self-congratulation, but not to rest on your laurels. This is a beginning. This is an opportunity for you to say, look, I have some expertise. I want to share that expertise with others. I think you should commit to stay in touch with one another and support one another. And I think that you should look for opportunities to transition. From my perspective, mentoring at the highest level is about establishing the conditions for others to achieve success. So sometimes that work means working in the background, getting things ready, and stepping out of the way. I know that one of the markers of success, something that I had done that I didn't even know I had done, I only discovered recently, because I became an engineer because I wanted to be an astronaut. And when I got an interview at NASA, I turned that interview down because I by then had other plans. I ended up going to work at AT&T Bell Labs. But I still, in the back of my mind, wished that I had become an astronaut. Well, fairly recently, I'd had an opportunity to meet with a former student of mine. And that former student's name is Christina Koch. She told me that when she came to NC State University that I had been her advisor and that I had listened to her story about wanting to be an astronaut and had told her what she needed to do to become an astronaut. And of course, as you know, she recently set a record as the longest woman in space ever. So I feel like my goals have been met by proxy through another. Well, isn't that what teaching is like? Isn't that why teaching and mentoring, that it's the greatest profession in the world, because we have an opportunity to see our goals met through others. And we get to sit on our couch and watch them do it. So it's kind of nice. I too experienced the imposter syndrome when I received my award. I kept looking around and saying, somebody's going to realize they've made a mistake and ask me to leave. That is not true, y'all. You deserve to be here. You should take what you know and contribute it to all the things that your fellows know. And together we're going to build something very, very important in the world. So don't stop learning. Stand on the shoulders of giants and get your shoulders ready, because you need others to stand on your shoulders going forward, because congratulations, you're now a giant. Thank you.
Oh, beautifully said, Laura. You are all 122 of you are giants in what you do every day for our country. Teaching and mentoring are part of national security. And since we're almost 3 minutes to go before you go to your breakout groups, I guess at my age, I'll take the option to not yield back the balance of my time for just 1 minute. I want to tell you that one year, many years ago, an awardee and I were talking, and this gentleman said, "Why are you staying so late on campus? Why do you talk to your students so often? What are you doing here so late at school?" And all this awardee did was he pointed to the certificate on the wall that has the raised seal of the Executive Office of the President. That's all he had to say. And that's all that will remind you and generations of your family to come that you have won this award.
I would certainly like to just throw my my congratulations in here. I want to thank all the dignitaries, all the visitors that we had speak, the congressional representatives, the heads of the agencies, all the families, beautiful family shots with the awardees, with their families and friends and supporters. I hope it's been a wonderful event for you. We now will close the external side of the event, and we release from the ceremony. The ceremony is over for all the visitors and guests. We would like the awardees to stick with us just a little bit longer. We'd like you to put you into some breakout rooms and give you an opportunity to share some time with some alumni. It's just 20 or 30 minutes. It'll be pretty painless. And again, we thank everybody else who came to celebrate with us tonight, and have a great evening.